Let's discuss very briefly the role of women in Pakistani society. Considering that women constitute nearly 50% of the population, to be exact, they constitute 49.2%, the lack of attention paid to their role in society is staggering and frankly inexcusable. And let's be even more frank. When we consider that women comprise 58.6% of those between the age of 15 and 64 years old, in other words, when a human being is most productive, then when we consider by all accounts, Pakistani women are more dynamic, industrialist, and bright. They are exam toppers. Indeed, among the middle classes of Pakistani women, they run the home. They are considered more stable. They are less distracted, and they provide the stability that is so important for family life. In fact, in my view, had women education, vocational training figured higher in Pakistan's educational priorities and policies, our GNP would have been higher and growth would have been quicker. In practical life, sadly, women are, after all, judged by laws made by man. And also, let's face it, there will never be a generation of great and educated men unless there is a generation of free and educated women who are mothers. From the dinner between Trump and Netanyahu, we learn that Israel has resolved to depopulate Gaza and eventually all occupied territories of their Palestinian population. Whether or not the US has agreed or whether it will agree is not clear, but obviously this can't happen without US approval. The greater Israeli project, of which the Gaza capture is the first step, envisages the seizure of large portions of a number of neighboring states, including, incidentally, Saudi Arabia. And as for the displaced Gazans, we learn that they will be kept in concentration camps in Rafah, which is the adjoining territory, and they will be de-radicalized and then sent to other states which have agreed to have them. This plan marks the end of the two-state solution envisaged by the United Nations General Assembly. And of course, we know that there will be Palestinian resistance. But what can the Palestinians do of their own? Very little. What will the others do? Judging by the indifference and the cowardice displayed, frankly, by other Muslim states, none will do much. And if a third state does not take them, then what will happen to the Palestinians? That will happen to them what happened to the Jews in Germany. Murder most immediately comes to mind. The word is out that Israel has resolved to depopulate Gaza and eventually all occupied territories of their Palestinian population. Whether or not the US has agreed or will agree is not clear, but obviously nothing can happen without US approval. So let's take it that they have agreed. The greater Israel project, of which the Gaza capture and the depopulation of that territory is the first step, envisages the seizure of large portions of a number of neighboring states, including, incidentally, Saudi Arabia. And as for the displaced Gazans, they will be kept in concentration camps in Rafah, which is an adjoining territory. They will be de-radicalized and then sent to other states which have agreed to have them. This plan marks the end of the two-state solution envisaged by the UN General Assembly, and of course, without a shadow of doubt, it will be resisted by Palestinians. But what can the Palestinians do of their own? Very little. What will the others do? Those who have opposed this, those who oppose it. What will the Ummah do? Well, judging by the indifference and the cowardice displayed so far, they will do absolutely nothing. And what happens, incidentally, if a third state refuses to take them? Well, then I suppose that will happen to the Palestinians what happened to the Jews of Nazi Germany. They will be put in concentration camps and murdered. What else? What a sad state of affairs we are in. And only because principle cannot be upheld, and only because the majority voting in the United Nations is not the rule, and the veto has come and destroyed the whole project. The UN project lies in tatters.